Dear students, today we will have a discussion on the problem for the whole world, that is Middle East problem. Middle East problem has got certain reasons to arise. Let us go back to the history of the Jews. The Jews, Israel being completely a sandy land, nothing grows there. But today they are growing everything in the sandy land itself. But earlier, the technology was not improved. The most of the Jews have left their motherland and gone to European countries. For example, they went to France, Germany, and maximum number of Jews went to Germany. During the Second World War, Hitler had a hatred for the Jews. It was a long process. The Jews were businessmen, they were money lenders, and for collecting interest and all that, they may be harassing the people, those who are getting the money on interest. Perhaps Hitler's father, who was a cobbler, he had taken money from one of the Jews, and perhaps his father experienced a lot of harassment from particular Jew who had given him money. Right from childhood, that hatredness towards Jews was fixed in the mind of Hitler. When he came to power, after establishing Nazi party, and his hatred towards the Jews was not lessened. He continued to hate the Jews. Jews is a very wise community in the world. Because of his hatred towards the Jews, he harassed them like anything. He kept some of the Jews in a small room of a size of 10 by 10 feet. 40-50 Jews were kept in the one small room, and he let the poison gas. That way he killed thousands of Jews. They could not tolerate the harassment of Hitler. When the war had broken out, they came in contact with the Allied forces. Allied forces, Britain, America, France. These were the group of Allied forces, and they contacted them. Since they too had developed a hatred towards Hitler, Jews agreed to help the Allied forces during Second World War, and they did also. And the Allied forces had promised the Jews the country which was lost from their hand. When they have left the neighboring hilly area people called Palestinians, the Palestinians have fully occupied the land of Jews. Since it was a vacant land, most of them have left it. 90% people have left Israel and they have settled in other countries. And these Palestinians have completely occupied the land of Jews. They were shepherds mainly, Palestinians, living in hilly area, protecting sheep. That was their business, their profession. At the end of Second World War, as promised, Hitler was defeated, as promised by the Allied forces. They helped the Jews to establish their own land. Some area was vacated from the hands of Palestinians, and the Jews were brought and allowed to settle there, which was their original land. And gradually, during Second World War, the Jews were completely impressed that they must have their own land. If they don't have their own land, they cannot survive. For some time they can stay in other countries. The rule of the countries may force them to leave the country. If they are forced to leave the country, where to go? And they have to go to their original land, which is Israel. And the Jews who were settling in different countries, they started coming and settling in Israel gradually. And they are rich people also, very intelligent people also. The most of the scientists in the world are Jews only. For example, Einstein also was a Jew. It is a very wise community, and they came and purchased this sandy land. They wanted to settle in their own country. Gradually they purchased land from Palestine for agriculture purpose or some other purpose, and they developed it. This way, started expanding their country. Only 1/4 of the land was given to them, and they started purchasing and pressurizing the people who have occupied by some or the other means, by paying them money or by forcing them. Somehow they started expanding their country. Even though they have expanded, it is of the size of our one district of Karnataka state. Say, it is less than Bijapur district or Gulbarga district. And these people had to fight day and night. They are encircled by many Muslim countries. That is Jordan, Syria, Turkey, Egypt. So most Lebanon, all these countries were Muslim countries, and they were encircled by Muslim countries. Only the open area is only Mediterranean Sea. Anyway, they made Tel Aviv as their capital and tried to progress the nation, make it prosperous economically, militarily. Because day and night they have to fight against the countries which are against Israel. And Jerusalem was the main cause of trouble. Actually, Christianity and Islam both are the two offsprings of Judaism. That is the original religion of Judaism is the religion of Jews. And both Christianity and Islam are the offspring of Judaism. The Jerusalem city, the worship place in Jerusalem city was worshipped by all the three: Jews, Christians, Muslims. All the three were coming to Jerusalem, doing their prayers, and in different times. Anyway, Jerusalem became a center of conflict. But each one of the community wanted to have a hold on Jerusalem city. That way the conflict started. And in 1967, before 1967, Mr. Yasser Arafat, who became a leader of Palestine, and he approached all the Muslim countries. He got help economically and militarily. Almost all the Muslim countries were helpful to Mr. Yasser Arafat, because he was able to convince the problems of Palestine, and naturally Palestine and all these countries belong to the same community. Liberally they helped them. and Israelis were daily fighting with the Palestinians and these countries. Golan Heights of Jordan was a constant place of trouble, fighting between Jordanians and Israelis. And one day they were able to capture Golan Heights. And in 1967, these Palestine terrorists, a group was established called Hamas. This Hamas was always trying to let down Israel. They hijacked one of the Israeli passenger plane, took it to Uganda. Mr. Idi Amin was ruling over Uganda at that time. He helped these terrorists to use his airport, Ugandan airport. The plane was hijacked. About 110 passengers were there in the plane. And they put condition on Israelis. You must leave all the people of Hamas group whom you have arrested, free them. Otherwise we will kill all these 110 passengers. That was the condition put by the terrorist organization. But Israel did not agree for that. They took some time to think over the matter, and suddenly they prepared a plane with double petrol tanks, and Israeli commandos flew to Uganda, a nearby Uganda, and they requested the country adjacent to Uganda. They landed there, requested the president to provide fuel for their plane. And they entered. Luckily, the Ugandan airport, the Entebbe airport, it was designed by Israeli engineer only. It was helpful for the Israeli commandos to study the complete airport of Uganda, and they entered Uganda on the full moon day. In the full moonlight, they had put on a white uniform so that they cannot be identified easily. And they were able to kill all the terrorists at the loss of 4 of their men. All terrorists were killed and they were brought back to Israel. Within 24 hours, this action was done. Because of this action of Israeli commandos, they received the praise world over. Within 24 hours, they were able to get back their plane from the terrorists and save the lives of the passengers only at the loss of 4 passengers. And there was a Olympic Games in Germany, Munich city. The Israeli players had gone to attend the Olympic Games. There also, attack was made on Israeli players and coaches. Some 12 players and coaches were killed. For that also Israel took revenge on the Palestine terrorists, so-called Hamas. They killed nearly 150 people within 24 hours, Palestinians and the people, those who have helped them. That is the way of working of Israel. Immediately they go on action. And in 73, Egypt was one of the powerful countries of Muslim nations. Egypt had planned to burn Israel completely within 1 hour. Egypt had made a plan. 250 planes were made ready with bomb filled, waiting in Cairo airport. All pilot officers have gone to meet the president, to have a cup of tea with the president, and they were about to start their attack on Israel, all 250 planes at a time. So the whole Israel could have been burnt. But when this plan was made by the Egypt, just 2 hours earlier to their attack, Israeli intelligence agency called Mossad. Mossad is a very shrewd and active organization. It is an intelligence agency of Israel. The Mossad had given information that 250 planes in Cairo airport are ready to attack Israel. The time also was corrected. Within 2 hours, 15 Israeli fighter planes in 3 groups, 5 planes in each group, from 3 directions, attacked on Cairo airport. Just 3 minutes after the first raid, second raid was done, and after 3 minutes, third raid was done. Every time 5 fighter planes were throwing bomb on the planes standing in the Cairo airport. All 250 planes were burnt with bomb filled. At the same time, Israeli tanks started marching towards Suez Canal through Sinai area. They captured Sinai area. 90% of the Sinai area was captured by Israeli artillery. They were about to capture Suez Canal also. Egypt surrendered and agreed to recognize Israel as a country. Then the war was stopped. Israeli army is such a army and well trained, they are ready to fight for the nation for 24 hours and 12 months. Even high school going boys and girls are also trained. At the time of emergency, they go to schools carrying guns on their shoulders. Means the whole nation is prepared to fight, including students. And it has become a headache for these neighboring countries. And recently, in May 2021, the Hamas had made another plan, attacking the whole of Israel with 300 rockets at a time, so that the whole of Israel can be burnt. Israel, which is cautious of the Hamas activities, and when it is surrounded by all enemy countries, it is always ready and watchful, whatever is going on. And moreover, the credit should go to intelligence agency of Israel, Mossad. There are 3 intelligence agencies working in Israel. One is the military intelligence agency, civil intelligence agency, and the Mossad is the intelligence agency which is getting all type of information from other countries. Whatever is going on in other countries against Israel. This Mossad is a well-known intelligence agency in the world, and they came to know. And they have prepared an iron dome on all the important places and establishments of Israel. Suddenly, if the enemy makes an attack, the automatic Iron Dome system is when the enemy rockets or planes or anything which comes to attack Israel, they start firing. The enemy rockets and planes will be damaged in the air itself before they fall on the ground, before they fall on the object. That way, these 700 rockets, it is 300 rockets. These 300 rockets left by the Hamas, most of them have been destroyed in the air itself. And when Palestine, Hamas has thrown rockets without waiting for any suggestion or anything, without thinking about anything, suddenly the Israeli airport started attacking the Hamas bases and Gaza area. And they targeted particularly the Hamas leaders. Nearly 15 to 20 Hamas leaders were killed in the attack of Israeli Air Force. And Gaza area, heavy bombardment was done, and their intelligence agency has given the information wherever these Hamas leaders are hiding, and those residential areas also were bombarded. So Israel was killed nearly 15 to 20 top Hamas leaders, and from 1967 onwards, they are trying to curb Israel. Palestine, along with the other Muslim countries, they are trying to curb. But Israel is not a country which sits idle always. 24 hours the country is alert. Not only military, the volunteer organizations also are alert for 24 hours. But 1967 onwards, UN is trying its level best to establish peace, having negotiations with the Muslim countries, particularly the neighboring countries of Israel. But still, UN is not able. For the time being, peace is established. Then once again, the terrorist organizations of any Jordan or Palestine, or the terrorist organization from Pakistan, Iraq, these terrorist organizations have become a permanent problem for Israel. Israel knows very well any atom bomb prepared in any one of the Muslim countries, that will be dropped on Israel only. That's why they destroyed the Iraqi atomic energy center itself. When Iraq was about to prepare bombs, overnight Israeli planes attacked Iraq and destroyed the whole establishment. Perhaps they were planning to attack Pakistani atomic establishment also. Since India has not given permission for Israel, because India wants a peaceful existence with Pakistan, perhaps next target will be Pakistani atomic energy center. But anyway, Israel unilaterally has declared ceasefire, but however, it is watchful, it is cautious. Once again, after 10-15 days only, the Hamas leaders have taken a procession in Gaza area as if they are successful war victors. as if they have won the war against Israel. As we do the procession on 26 January in New Delhi, the same pattern, the Hamas leaders have taken a procession in Gaza area. Means, but for that Israeli Prime Minister has given a warning. Whatever you do, if you plan to attack us, we will not leave you. That is the slogan of Israel. The slogan of Israel is, if one Israeli is killed, we will take revenge by killing 10 people, those who have attacked us. This is the policy of Israel. They have made military training compulsory to all men and women. Everybody must undergo military training. And everybody must be ready to serve the nation in time of emergency. So everybody is trained well in military training. So that's why Israel is able to survive amidst all these 7 countries. But let us hope these oil-rich countries and those who have developed a hatred for Israel should stop hatred, should think of a peaceful living. Then only we can find a solution for this Middle East problem. And this Middle East problem may become a reason of Third World War also. Anyway, it is the responsibility of each and every nation to postpone the Third World War. If the Third World War breaks out, there will be total obliteration. All people should think on this matter very seriously and contribute our might for maintaining a peace and order in the world. Thank you.